I feel like someone forgot to tell me that when I'm in my 40s and 50s, training would be different. And the reality is, it is just not the same. In my mind, I'm saying yes, 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 yes. But my body sometimes says no, 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 no. And that's the reality. Anybody training at our age, we have to figure out how we can not only show up to train today, but continue to train into our 50s, 60s, 70s. We want to, when we go into retirement, we want to make sure that we can still have a full life. We want to be able to function, carry our own luggage, do normal things that we do now. And so, unfortunately, as we're trying to train, you have things like golfer's elbow, tight back, joints are stiff. Well, today we're going to talk about how we can work around that, try to help those issues, maybe even fix them. But the ultimate goal is to keep training. Today's a good day. Really looking forward to it. I've been dealing with tendonitis. They call it golfer's elbow, tennis elbow. And today I'm going to get some treatment. Just one of the ways that I kind of deal with some of the aches and pains. So getting ready to head out. Exciting day. Probably shouldn't be this happy, but anytime you can help pain, that's a good thing. And this right here is why I come to this guy. I found this guy through a local, told me he was good, speaks English, because I'm in Tbilisi, Georgia. Came here and I've been coming ever since. Every time I come into town, I come to this guy. And sometimes when I fly in and out, I'll make sure I fly through Tbilisi so that I can come and get a massage. So if you're ever in Tbilisi, this is the guy. Yeah, this is all part of the package. You can't do muscle ups and exercise at our age without some sort of challenge. So, have my full body massage. Now I'm using this machine. It's pretty cool. My massage therapist, she just lets me use this. I'm doing like 10 minutes per arm. And it's interesting. It's like it sends sound waves, like a bunch of millions of sound waves down into the tissue. And what it does is it helps to heal, it helps to stimulate, and it helps with pain relief. So it kind of just aids the body in doing its own healing. But last time I did it, it helped a lot. But this is no miracle cure. That's just something simply to aid. You still got to do stretching, strengthening, those type of things. But it's just one of those things that I do that helps with the process, helps keep me going. Because I don't care who you are, you get up there in age, you're training, you're gonna have some challenges because the body just starts to, unfortunately, slowly break down, but we slowly build it up. And that's part of the process. That's what I'm doing here. This helps me keep going, and this is gonna help me to reach that goal. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to my workout tomorrow. Most likely at that age, you're gonna have probably multiple injuries to deal with. I know for myself, just to name a few, I'm dealing with golfer's elbow, tennis elbow. I've had ankle reconstruction. I have a herniated disc in my back. I've torn my meniscus, and I have a pretty severe shoulder injury. So I maybe have more than most, and that's not all of them. But the key is still trying to train through that. And unfortunately, you can't just always push through the pain. Sometimes you got to know the difference between pushing through the pain and knowing when the pain's telling you to stop. For instance, recently, I have a shoulder injury, so I was doing some exercises. And so with that shoulder injury, I normally have a little bit of pain. But this pain was different. It didn't feel like my normal pain. It was a little odd. But that's the key. Trying to know when to push through the pain, because you need a little pain to make progress, but also knowing when to stop. There's a difference. And then my ego. That's a big one, I think, for most people. You know what you used to be able to do.
So you just want to push through it, and I can do it and put more weight on there. I know I'm a little sore, I got a little pain, but I can do it. But you got to fight that ego. And that's a challenge. And I haven't quite 100% figured that out. So I'll let you know when I do. If you have, put it in the comments, please, because I need help. And then sleep. That's been a big challenge for me all of my life. I never got enough sleep. 4, 5, 6 hours. But now everything I'm reading about recovery, and I've been trying it out, trying to add some sleep in, more hours, and it's effective. And it's much better for the body to try to heal, and it helps with inflammation too. And speaking of inflammation, at 50, at 40, that's a challenge for me, trying to keep inflammation out of the joints, the injuries. And one way I'm able to manage that is my diet. You know, I've changed my diet. I've added in some smoothies, a lot more green, a lot more water, a lot less processed food. And that, I can honestly say, has significantly helped. I notice a difference when my diet starts to go off the rail. I notice a difference, and it doesn't take long. Warm-ups, I never used to warm up anything. Now every workout I warm up, and I make sure I'm warm. Like whatever muscle I'm using is a little bit fatigued before I start adding weight to it. And it's important because you want to make sure that you can continue to keep going. And even modifying my training sometimes. You know, maybe if something's bothering me, I'll do one less of a set. Or maybe I won't go up as high on a pull-up if my shoulders bother me. You know, consistency with modification beats intensity with injuries every time. Because the goal is, I always say, you want to work out another day. And that's the key. And by training this way, it just helps you to keep going, and it's good for your mental health too. So those are just some of the things that I'm going through, and some of the adjustments that I've had to make over time. And you know, all of these things that we're doing now to try to train and make adjustments as we get older, really and truly, it's all about our future. You know, think about it. Many people spend decades just trying to plan financially for their future, for their retirement. But if you think about it, how much emphasis do we put into our body for retirement? What's the point of having all that money, all that planning, but you can't pick up your grandchildren? You can't hike. You now have the time and the freedom to do things, but you just don't feel good enough. Your body's not holding up. See, for me, I'm doing this because if I can help it, what I can control, I don't want to retire to a rocking chair. I want to retire to a pull-up bar. I want to be physically active. I'm not training just now. I'm trying to train for the next 30 years, and I want to continue to do that and feel the best that I can do. You know, a lot of times when you see older men and women in the parks and in the gyms, and I know you've seen them, and you look at them like, wow, like they look good, and I can't believe they can do this exercise that I can't do. You know what usually a common theme is? They never stopped. They started before they got to retirement age, just kept going and building and getting better and making adjustments as they got older. So that's one of the main reasons why you and I are talking about this and doing this training and making these adjustments so that we can just continue to rock on. So the moral of the story is, don't get old. But of course, we know we can't control that. But we can work through our injuries. You know, if we have a minor injury, we just want to make some adjustments so it doesn't turn into a major injury. Because if we just ignore it and don't do anything about it, that minor injury could actually develop into something that we may not be able to train for a long time. And at our age, it's not good to go a long time without doing regular exercise and physical activity. Our health, our body is a long-term investment. And so right now we're putting money in And we plan on taking advantage of that built up money, those deposits, in the near future, in our retirement years, so that we can have an active life with our family and do whatever we want to do in our freedom. And so remember, Muscle Up 50 Plus, it's not about doing a muscle up. It's about muscling up for life, getting the best out of our life right now and in the future.